Hello, today is September 9th, 2021. We always begin with our disclaimer, so let's not disappoint anyone. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, Friday, September 10th, 2021. I can be completely wrong and all trades should be at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early high. We got that. Tends to be a negative day as this was. Early high, late low. Tomorrow also has the early high. So the commonest thing was a gap and a prompt move outside the day's range. Gap doesn't have to be in the same direction. We gapped down, promptly moved outside the day's range. We got that. It's just a reminder of what we said. Had some targets. 45, 17, 31 that printed resistance level. Once we gap and promptly take out prior day's highs, as far as I'm concerned, that's equivalent to gapping up over them. And even though these lower targets still have to print at some time, it's less likely they'll print in their preferred time frame, which was today, but that's not a prediction. They won't print. They did print, and resistance right there at the targets. We'll cross these off the list. We have new targets tomorrow, 45, 24, 39, and optionally, which means 95% chance of prints tomorrow, 45, 14, 59. We got an ultimate sell signal early on. This move here was called false by the system. Now it says we're going to retrace. The afternoon, we got a bunch of negative signals, an ultimate sell and a sell signal, but there is an optional target higher, 45, 14, 59, with a good chance of prints tomorrow. We showed some other wave counts today. I'm still using this as my favorite count. You can take what we're calling the high, and what I'm calling the origin of the move. It's a 3-day bottom, so you take the middle day, and you apply George Lindsay's low to high methodology for the time, and you get a direct hit at this low. Now these aren't major lows, and this might not be a major high. We still haven't undercut any of these prior lows. The whole thing could still fall apart. But for now, at least, we're operating under the assumption we've made a high of some sort. This is a continuous contract in the E-mini. You notice how volume spikes are associated with bottoms. Doesn't have to be exact, but there's somewhat of a correlation. We didn't have a great volume spike today, but we had one. So that, plus these other things, the wall into the close, which is often followed by gapping up, the higher targets, and the potential 5 waves down pattern all give some credence to the idea we could move up tomorrow, ideally by gapping over this high. And so we have a lot of things making that a possibility. The other side of the coin was we printed a higher high than yesterday, a lower low than yesterday. It's a bearish engulfing bar. Still needs to be confirmed, but if it is confirmed by gapping down under this low, based on the other things we've talked about, calling for a high, could be a long way down, particularly when the system likes to leave failed targets near highs. If this is the high, we think it could be. You'd like to see at least this higher target fail. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could gap down. We have higher targets. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for them to print. If this is a major change in trend, which it's a candidate, the ideal situation would be for at least a higher target to fail. There's a wall into the close. It's often followed by gapping up. We have a pattern which can be counted as 5 waves down. There's a volume spike of sorts in the E-mini. Not the most impressive, but it's there. And all these things are compatible with a move higher tomorrow regardless of how we close. The other side of the coin is there's a bearish engulfing candle. We closed under yesterday's low. Gapping down smartly tomorrow, should that occur, would negate all this bullish stuff, would increase the chance we made a major high and that significantly lower prices are coming. Now, until some prior lows fall, must be open to the possibility the recent weakness may not stick, especially because the decline has been overlapping rather than impulsive, and usually overlapping declines retrace at some point. But this is where the bulls have to make a stand. What you'd like to see if you're a bull is to gap up, take this high out, continue higher. What you really want to see is this low hold at the open. If we gapped out, because with just a few minutes left, we had cleared all these prior lows. That's a pretty bullish thing. And if this is just a panic sell-off, it gets reversed early by gapping over this high. So if we ignore all the bullish stuff and gap down instead, I don't have any support for quite some time. And usually when a positive formation fails, it fails in grand style. So tomorrow here's the early high. Bulls want this to hold. If you're a bear and we gap down sharply, I think your dreams may come true tomorrow. And that is today's call.